Hello everyone, Catweazle here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to this turn one of the doom that came to Arkham. Yes, we're playing Arkham Horror again and we're gonna get stuck in any moment. But first of all, yes, I've made a cock up already. I wasn't wearing my variofocals last time, hence when I was going through the 6-player limits, like the monster limit and the gate limit and stuff like that, I didn't read the small print, but we're laughing now because I've got them on. So the changes that were, the outskirts limit is actually 3, not 2, because we are playing with 2 of the sideboards. So that changes to 3 and the monster limit goes down from 9 to 8. So that's the only change really. I did manage to catch that we do draw 2 monsters when a gate opens, and I was correct that the open gate limit is 6. If we'd had all 3 expansion boards, so if we'd had Dunwich as well, the open gate limit would have gone back up to 7, but it's still 6. So we've done that. The other thing, and in fact the main mistake I made last turn, involved one of our players, Stocia. Her name is Stocia, it's not Stasia, it's Stocia. So that is the biggest mistake I have ever made in any of my videos. All the rest of them I don't care about. Mistakes happen, but getting somebody's name wrong, horrendous. That's right up there with when I thought Pencil Parlate was a woman. So there we go. So apologies for that, Stocia. I shall pronounce your name properly from now on. Okay, so those are the small errors that I've done. Let's have a quick recap though, just before we get started, so we just know where everybody is. Here we are, we can see the whole board. Kingsport to the south, we've got up here, we've got Innsmouth and Arkham in the middle. Let's just go through where everybody is, and I'll also take you through the allies that we've got. So our first player this turn is actually going to be Vincent. So Vincent Lee's here at St Mary's Hospital, ready to go. After him, it will be Michael McGlenn. He's our second player, and he is here at Mars sort of boarding house. And after him, it will then be Daryl Simmons. Daryl Simmons is up here, and he is in the newspaper. He will be followed by Finn Edwards, the bootlegger, and he's in the Bank of Arkham here. They will be followed by Agnes Baker, who is at Velma's Diner. And finally, but not least, we have the beautiful Patrice Hathaway, and she is actually in the Curiosity Shop here. So that is where everybody is. Let me just quickly go through who our allies are. So these were picked out. Some of them we had to pick out because of the scenario, mostly Kingsport ones. So we've got William Bain, as you can see, Kingsport. He gives us +1 speed and +1 luck, so he's very good. And we remove a Doom token from the Doom track when William joins us, so he's a bit of a star. Next, we have the Terrible Old Man. Dun, dun, dun. +1 fight, +1 luck, so he's pretty good as well. He's also Kingsport. And in the upkeep phase, if you pay 1 focus and exhaust, you can gain a sanity. You can discard the Terrible Old Man if the Ancient One awakens. So he can't be helping you when the Bockrug wakes up. Then we've got good old Eric Colt, who likes to tell people ghost stories. He's a menace. In fact, I think it's the Unnameable he's in. So I think Patrice may be going there. So we may bump into Eric. So Eric Colt, +2 speed, you take no sanity loss from the Nightmarish ability. So he's pretty good. The +2 speed is excellent. If only he didn't tell so many scary stories. Our next ally is Asenath Waite. She has +1 Steak and +1 speed, so again, double help. She's good. And you gain $10 when Asenath Waite joins you, which would be very useful. Get to the Curiosity Shop with that money. That's Asenath. Then we have good old Duke. We love Duke. Look at him. So +1 maximum sanity. Discard to immediately restore your sanity to its maximum. But nobody's going to discard Duke. I'm not having it. Then we've got Anna Caslow. She always seems to pop up quite a lot for us, and I think she's at Independent Square, funnily enough. So she's currently dodging a cultist and a gate. So Anna Caslow, +2 luck, and you gain +2 clue tokens when Anna joins you. So she, again, is an excellent ally. We've got another Kingsport ally. It is Granny Orn. She gives you +1 law and +1 sneak, and in any phase you can exhaust instead of spending a clue token. So she's immense. So like she's a wise old woman who can always help you out with clues. That's brilliant. Then we've got some old favourites here. Here we are, Thomas F. Malone. For remember, he just runs around the Black Cave like trying to hit things. So you get +1 law and +1 fight, which is great, and you draw a spell when Thomas F. Malone joins you, so he's a bit of a star. Then we've got our favourite ally of all. Yes, it's Richard Upton, I've got no shirt on Pickman, smoking a cigarette and trying to look all moody. So +1 luck, +1 speed, your attacks are not affected by physical resistance. He's alright, is Richard. In fact, we could do with him if we end up having the final battle because of that ability to sort of ignore physical resistance. He's a bit of a star. So, oh, and we've got Ruby. Ruby, who crawls around the Silver Twilight Lodge. She's got +2 sneak. You draw a unique item when Ruby joins you, so again, she's another excellent ally. And our final ally for this particular game, again, it's another Kingsport one, it's Basil Elton. +1 fight, +1 will. Discard to cancel the Ancient One's entire attack for 1 turn. So Basil's a bit of a star as well. So excellent stuff. So those are all our allies, and that is the setup totally completed. So I say we start playing the game. So let's get across to the upkeep phase and let's have a look at our investigators in detail. First up is Vincent Lee. Vincent Lee took the call in his office. It was Dr Bennett from Congregational in Kingsport. They'd been in medical school together. "Vinnie, that you? It's Walt. Remember you asked me about anything unusual happening down here? Well, we just got one come in. A drowning. Except the lungs aren't full of water. They're full of what looks like squid ink. The woman was also covered in sucker cup welts. How about you hop on a train and get down here to have a look?" Yes, here we are with Vincent. And already he's got an idea that something zany is going on. We've seen all the stuff that he's got. So what is he going to set his skill sliders to? He's got a focus of 2, but that doesn't matter because it is the start of the game, so we can set them where we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to set his speed to 3 and his sneak to 2. He's not planning on fighting anything, so we've got that at 0, and we've put his will up to 4. His law and luck are at 4 and 2. What is he going to do? Well, the whole idea is he is going to get to Kingsport, as you may have found out during that little vignette that I've just done. So he's going to get to Kingsport, but before he gets there, he's not going to be able to get there this turn. So we're going to do a bit of trading as well. So he's got Find Gate. He's not looking to close any gates, he's just looking to close rifts. So he can probably get rid of that. Probably doesn't need his Lucky Rabbit's Foot or his Flare Gun either. He'll keep Wither just in case he gets ambushed, but pretty much he's fine. One of the good things is, even though he's only got a speed of 3, he's got fellow travellers here with Patrice. So he's going to exhaust that, and that is going to give him 4 movement. So he's actually going to have 4 movement in the movement phase. He's going to get up to the north side streets, and he will be able to trade there. When the others pass him in the street, they'll be able to do a quick trade. You can do that in Arkham. It's not like Eldritch where you have to spend an action to do it. So long as you're in the same location at some point during your movement, you can actually trade. So he's going to get up to the north side streets. He is our first player, hence he has the big Cthulhu. But that is it for his upkeep. So let's get straight on to our next player, who will be Michael McGlenn. That thing killed my friend. Nothing kills my friends. Michael packed his weapons under his long winter coat and donned his fedora. Rumour had it that one of those nasty creatures was roaming the streets, and Mike meant to kill it. Kill it all the way dead, back to wherever the hell it came from. Tommy gun or dynamite, one of those should do the trick. Just in case, he felt it best to do a bit of shopping first. Mike had not lived as long as he had by being stupid. That's damn right, Mike. You're not messing around. So what's he doing in his upkeep phase? Well, he's going to set his sliders. So he's having a speed of 4 and a sneak of 2. His fight is going to be 5, and he's going to have a will of 2, and his law is going to be 0, and he's going to have a luck of 3. Now, a couple of these things are going to be sort of affected by the beings of Ib. For example, his luck's only going to be 2 because we've got -1 luck at the moment because of them horrible beings of Ib. But that is where he's going to set everything. What is his plan going to be? Well, he's quite tooled up. He's got the enchanted blade, he's got dynamite, he's got Tommy gun. So he's going to be on sort of monster cleanup. He's not going to be able to get to the Shoggoth, so he's actually going to go to the general store. Hopefully he'll be able to pick something up to help his sanity more than anything else. He's pretty much fine for any sort of weapons. He's got plenty of weapons. He just needs something to help him out with his sanity. He may find something like that in the general store. We shall see. He's got a few. He's got $8, so he should be fine. Right, so that is the plan for Michael. That's his upkeep phase. Next up, we have Daryl Simmons. Fool, Daryl thought to himself. He knew the editor wouldn't believe him, even after all these years that he had worked for him. Time to do what he did best, and pound the streets and get the evidence he needed on camera. Easttown was where he saw it, so no better place to start. But he had arranged to meet Dr Lee in Northside. Dr Lee was one of the few that believed Daryl's suspicions about Arkham, and Daryl had found an interesting book he thought his friend might like to look at. So that is Daryl. Daryl's currently at the newspaper, and let's have a look at where he's going to set his skill sliders for the beginning of the game. Speed 4, sneak 1. Fight is at 2, his will is at 4, and his law and luck are at 1 and 3. He's got the Lamp of Al-Hazred. Patrolling the streets is what he's looking to do. He's still got his retainer, so he is going to get $2, so let's sort that out. We will give him, he's got 4 already, so let's give him a 5. Take those 3 back. So he's up to $6. He doesn't have to roll for it yet because it's the first turn that he's got it. So he's doing pretty well. He's already up to $6. What's he going to do? Well, all he's going to do is he is going to move to the Northside streets where he's going to trade. He's going to trade with Vincent, so he's going to have a quick trade with Vincent. Then he's going to go to the Curiosity Shop. So he's only moving 2, so he will bump into Patrice, who will be coming out of the Curiosity Shop. And then I think we'll have him do a little shopping. So that is basically the idea. As mentioned in the little vignette, he's got a book, and he's going to give the book to Vincent. And he'll probably take a couple of dollars off Vincent as well. He's got 6, but, you know, let's put it up to about $8. I think that is the most expensive item in the unique item deck. So it'll mean he'll be able to buy anything. But that's Daryl. So let's move on to our next investigator, who is Finn Edwards. After that close call in the woods, Finn wasn't taking any chances at all. He was going to get armed and get ready for revenge. Stopping in at the bank to get a loan, he stepped out and almost tripped over the smallish figure of Joey the Rat. Familiar with the scavenger, Finn started up a conversation with him. Broaching the subject of weapons, Joey hinted that he may have something that could help, opening his coat a little and showing a small gun, a Derringer. "This gun is small, but it packs a mean punch," Joey said. "It's yours for a couple of bucks, and I'm giving you a discount because I like you." Grudgingly accepting the small gun and handing over the money, Finn's attention was drawn to Independence Square, where a strange glow was illuminating a large, hideous creature and a familiar robed figure. So there we are with Finn. Finn's not messing about. So where are his skill sliders? Well, his speed is 5 and his sneak is 3. His fight is going to be at 3 and his will at 0, and his law and luck is going to be at 3 and 2. What he's going to try and do is get over to Independence Square. Remember, he needs to kill at least one cultist. So we've got a cultist at Independence Square. He wants to kill that, and then he's going to go into Relay because he's managed to find himself an Elder Sign. So that is his plan. He doesn't have to roll for his bank loan because he's only just got it. By way of getting to Independence Square, he's also going to Northside because he too is going to trade with Vincent, and he is going to get the, what's it called, Find Gate spell. That should mean that Finn should be able to get back from Relay after only one encounter. So we can virtually get straight back to Independence Square and seal that gate. That will save us a lot of time. So that's what we're going to do. That's Finn's plan. Hopefully it will come together. He's got some excellent gate closing help with gate box and things like that. He will soon have Find Gate, and hopefully he will soon shut that gate at Independence Square and seal it. That's it for Finn. Who is next? It is going to be Agnes. Agnes knows that most of her friends and acquaintances think she is crazy, especially with her talk of being an ancient witch. Even her best friend, Finn, thinks she is a bit off, but at least he listens to her, even more so now that he has run into a cultist or two in the woods. Something else Agnes knows. The power of what it is continues to grow. It is out there waiting for something. Or is it for someone? So here we are with Agnes. Just a quick note on, obviously, the player tray. It's a bit different. I had to get 2 extra player trays. I only had 4. And it appears that they don't do them fully acrylic anymore. You actually get a piece of hardboard on the back. I was a bit disappointed because they don't look the same. But actually, I'm not so sure that it isn't a better solution to actually have the hardboard. So it's not specifically being hardboard, it's just because it doesn't look like the others. But does the same job, just as good. Right, anyway, back to Agnes. So where she set her sliders, she's got a speed of 4. There's a reason for that. She's not going far, but she wants the extra movement points. She's got a sneak of 0. She's not planning to avoid any monsters. She's planning to kill them. Fight and will, she's keeping at 2 and 2, and law and luck, 5 law and 2 luck. She's got +1 luck here, so even though we're getting -1 luck off the being of Ib, she will stay at 2. It's being sort of offset by her skill here. Righto, so what's her plan? Well, she's only going to move 1 space into East Town. In East Town, she's going to fight the Proto-Shoggoth. She does have the Dread Curse of Azathoth, which is quite a beefy spell, and hopefully she will be able to get shut of that horrible monster. Now, because she's only spending 1 of her movement points, what she's going to do is she's going to spend 2 to actually read the Ancient Tome. So she'll exhaust this, spend 2 movement points and do a law check. She'll do that before she fights the Shoggoth, because you can choose. So she may as well do that before she actually starts fighting that Shoggoth, and we'll see if she can get a spell. Once she's done that, she's going to use Dread Curse of Azathoth, and she's going to try and blow it away. It's a very strong spell, and it's got a big sanity cost, but she does have Bloody's power, and she can spend a few actual stamina instead of sanity as well, so we can sort of even that out. We're going to use Dread Curse because it's such a tough monster. Normally, we'd probably only use Wither, but seeing as it's a tough monster, we will use Dread Curse, or rather Stocia will. These are all, forgot to mention, obviously, apart from Vincent, all these are being run by other members of the Tube Tables Guild, and they're doing a fab job, so this is what Stocia wants Agnes to do. Right, so that's it for Agnes. Let's move on to our final investigator and their upkeep. So let's get Patrice. The gypsy sent Patrice to the curiosity shop, and like a pawn, she found herself wandering the strange shelves inside the dusty old store. The prices were too much for her. She stared into her small coin purse at the $3 that she had. She needed to find more money in order to get something that she could use. She left the shop, her violin case in her hand, and began to wander the city streets. Although she knew it was dangerous, her mind was elsewhere. She somehow found herself out near the city's edge by an old house on an unnamed street. She found some scattered papers inside talking about something called an ib. She scratched her head at the old case filled with these notes. Most were badly damaged by water and dust and age, but she read through what she could. This was becoming very interesting. So here we are with Patrice. So she's going down to the unnameable, if you hadn't guessed. So let's have a look at how she set herself up to do that. Speed and sneak is 3 and 2. Fight and will is 3 and 2 as well. And law and luck is also 3 and 2. So that'll be pretty cool. On her way to the unnameable, she's leaving the curiosity shop and going through Northside. That means she will trade with Vincent, which will be cool. He's got a few things she needs. She has a few things that he needs. Most important of all, he's going to give her $6. So that'll give her $9. She'll hopefully get back to the curiosity shop at some point and have a search for some elder signs. So that'll be pretty cool. She's going to the unnameable. That's got 2 clues, so that'll help. She'll end up with 6 clues. That'll be important because next turn, Vincent will be hopefully taking 4 of these and completing his personal story. But we'll see that next turn. Okay, that is it for Patrice. That is it for the upkeep phase. Let's get on to the movement phase. And here we are at the movement phase. Our first player is Vincent. So we go 1, 2, 3, and we've exhausted fellow travellers. So he goes to 4 and Northside. Next up is Michael McGlenn. And here's Michael at Mars Boarding House. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he is in the general store. After Michael, it is Daryl. And here we are with Daryl. And he's going to go to Northside Streets, where he is going to trade. So he's going to trade nameless cults to Vincent, and in return Vincent is going to give him $2. So we'll sort that out. That brings Daryl up to $8, and nameless cults has gone to Vincent. He's going to carry on moving, and he is going to go to the curiosity shop. So there we are. He's in there with Patrice. He could trade with Patrice, but he's not going to. So that is it for Daryl's movement. Next up, we have Finn Edwards. And here we are with Finn. What's he going to do? Well, first of all, he's going to go to downtown. Then he too is going to come to Northside, and he is going to trade. In this case, he is going to trade for Find Gate. So there we are. There's Find Gate. And we're going to give that to Daryl. Sorry, to Finn. So Finn has now got Find Gate. We're not going to trade anything else, so he's going to carry on moving. He's going to go back to downtown and up to Independence Square. Dun, dun, dun. And there's a cultist in Independence Square. So let's zoom in. And here we are, we've zoomed in a little bit. So we're going to be fighting the cultist. So there's no horror check whatsoever, so that's cool. And we actually get +1 on our fight check. So we've got 5 dice because he's got 3 fights. He's got 2 for the Derringer here. And we get an extra 1 because it's a cultist. So that's 6 dice. We need 1 success. Come on, Finn. And he gets 5 successes. So I think we can safely say that the cultist has bitten the dust. So that is a monster trophy for our friend Ben. And it also means that we've got rid of one of the monsters that's in Arkham, so that's good. And he's also on his way to succeeding at payback. So he's got at least 1 cultist monster trophy now. He just needs 2 more, and they can be anything. He has got the cultist part of that sussed. So let's get rid of that. And he is looking good at Independence Square. Let's get rid of that. Next up will be Agnes. And here we are with Agnes. So first of all, Agnes is going to move to the East Town streets. But just before she deals with that Shoggoth, we have got to do the Ancient Tome. We'll leave Dread Curse of Azathoth there. We'll need it in a moment. So here we are, Ancient Tome. Exhaust and spend 2 movement points to make a law -1 check. If you pass, draw 1 spell and discard Ancient Tome. If you fail, nothing happens. Okie dokie, let's do it then. We've got plenty of movement points, so we're going to spend 2. We're going to exhaust it, and we're going to roll a law -1 check. She's got a law of 5, so that's 4 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she gets 2 5s, so that is groovy. Excellent stuff. So we can discard that and get ourselves a spell. Let's get the spell deck. Quick shuffle. And a quick cut. Let's see what we get. Flesh Ward. Casting modifier -2, sanity cost 1. Any phase, cast and exhaust, so ignore all stamina loss being dealt to you from one source. Discard this card if the Ancient One awakens. We will do that. Righto. Let's put that on her player tray. I won't be a moment. Okay, I'm back. So put that away. Okay, let's get on with fighting this guy. Let's have a quick look at him. So what we've got here is he's physically resistant, which is a pain. The thing roiled and bubbled malignantly as it poured down the street towards us, eyes appearing and vanishing on its skin as it came. So +0 for a sanity check, except it's going to be -1 because we've got a being of Ib, and it's +0 for the combat check, which is fabulous. Okay, so -1 horror check. What's her will? Her will's 2. Perhaps we should have put her will up, Stosha. So she's only going to get 1 die. Right, let's use one of these sixes from Finn earlier. Come on, come on. A 1, pants. So she loses 2. She's down to 3 sanity, unfortunately. We should have pushed her will up, I think. Right, okay. So we're now into the combat bit. But just before we start on the combat, we've got to do the Dread Curse of Azathoth. See if we can do it. So casting modifier is -2, and it's going to cost us 2 sanity. But it does stay in till the end of the combat. So, okay, right. -2. Her law is 5, so she's going to get 3 dice. Come on. 3 dice. And we got 2 5s, so we've passed. We'll use her Blood is Power ability, and we will use her stamina instead of sanity. So she's down to 3 stamina now. Right, we've done that, but we do get 9 dice. I think she gets something else as well. She gets 2 for fight, so that's 11 dice. And she's got Memories of Conquest. Adds the number of hands required to its combat check. So that's 13 dice, because it's 2 hands for the Dread Curse of Azathoth. So we're going to get 13 dice. Remember, we don't lose any. So 1, 2, 3, 4. First 4 dice. We need 3 successes. We've got 2 successes there. Let's roll the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1 more success needed. Come on. There's a 6. So we've got the successes we need. We've rolled, what is it, 8 dice. So just for chucks, we'll do the last 5. And we got another success anyway. So we ended up with 4 successes. So that's great stuff. She has managed to kill the Proto-Shoggoth. Unfortunately, we did lose a couple of a couple of stamina and a couple of sanity, unfortunately. But it's a tough monster. And it now goes towards her personal story, and it's got 3 toughness. So that's good. We didn't have to spend any clues. She still got 3 clues. So that is cool. Right, and we've also got rid of the last monster that was in Arkham. Let's get rid of that. So that's groovy. So well done to Agnes. She has managed to get rid of the Proto-Shoggoth. So that's excellent stuff. Is there anything else for her to do? No, there isn't. That is it. So let us move on to our next player, who is Patrice Hathaway. And here we are with Patrice. So she's got a bit of moving to do and a bit of trading. So first of all, she goes to Northside, where she's going to receive $6 from Vincent Lee, plus the flare gun and the lucky rabbit's foot. So all these are going across to Patrice, and in return she's going to give the dark weapon, the dark cloak and the Kabbalah of Sabaoth to Vincent. Having stopped briefly in the Northside streets, she carries on to the Merchant District and then into the Unnameable, where she picks up these 2 clues. So let's put them on her player tray. She now has 6 clues, so that's cool. She's got 6 clues, $6, a flare gun and a lucky rabbit's foot. So that's cool. That's it for Patrice. That's it for the movement phase. Next up is the encounter phase. And here we are at the Arkham encounter phase. Our first player is Vincent Lee, and that's pretty much all we're going to say about it because he's in the streets, so he will not have an encounter. So, thanks very much for turning up, Vincent. Let's get straight across to Michael McGlenn, who is at the general store. And here we are with Mike at the general store. So he's actually going to do the location text. Instead of having an encounter here, you may draw 3 common items and purchase one of them for the list price. Discard the other 2. So, there we go. And the 3 items that we have to pick from, let me get round, are, is this the cavalry sabre, is it? +2 to combat checks. Well, that's alright, but nothing major. We've got dynamite again. And dynamite, +8 to combat checks. Well, he's already got some dynamite. And the last one is, well, this isn't what we were looking for, the axe. So, +2 to combat checks. So, we've got an axe, a cavalry sabre, and we have the dynamite. I think what we're going to buy is the dynamite. Just having something whereby we can blow things to bits will be very good. He's already got an enchanted blade and a Tommy gun, so the axe and the cavalry sabre aren't that good. So he's going to take the dynamite. We'll discard the other 2. We'll put the dynamite on his player area, and he'll spend $5 and get 1 in return. So he's got $4 left. It's a bit unfortunate that we didn't get anything that would help with his sanity or anything, but he's got 2 sticks of dynamite. Boom! That's it for Michael McGlenn. Next up we have Daryl Simmons. And here we are with Daryl. So he's going to use the location text as well, exactly the same as the general store except it's unique items. So he's going to pick 3 unique items. Let's quick shuffle. No need to say what we're after here, it's pretty obvious. Let's see if we can do it. A cut. Our first item is holy water. Our second item is the ancient tablet and an enchanted knife. So not what we wanted. We didn't get an elder sign, but let's have a look at these 3 and see which one we want. So first up we have the enchanted knife, a magical weapon plus 3 to combat checks, that's $5. The holy water, it is plus 6 to combat checks, but it's a discard after use. It's magical, so it's sort of like the sanity, what am I talking about? It's sort of like the magical equivalent to dynamite. And we've got an ancient tablet. Movement, spend 3 movement points to discard ancient tablet to roll 2 dice. For every success rolled, draw 1 spell. For every failure rolled, gain 2 clue tokens. So that's $8, that's 5. Well, holy water's out. We're going to keep the ancient tablet. The reason is that clue token thing there, I think. Spells and clue tokens. The enchanted knife's okay, but he does have the Lamp of Alhazred. So we'll take the ancient tablet. So he's skint now, he's spent all his money. $8 go in, but he has got a retainer, so he will get some money back. And I will discard these unique items, put the deck back, and that is it for Daryl. Unfortunately, he couldn't get an elder sign. Next up is Finn Edwards. He's up at Independence Square. And here we are with Finn. Finn is just going to get sucked through the gate to relay, so he's going up here, and that is it for his Arkham encounter phase. After him, it's Agnes. And here we are for a very brief visit with Agnes, because like Vincent, she's in the streets, so she doesn't have an encounter. So that is it for her Arkham encounter phase, and it's now time for our last player this turn, who is Patrice Hathaway. And here we are with Patrice, who's at the Unnameable. So we do get a location encounter this turn. It's the green deck. Just give it a quick shuffle. And a cut. And what do we get? We get this fella. So let's bring it round to read it. We're not the River Dock. A monster and a gate appear. Well, fantastic. Well, good things and bad things with that. Well, it's pretty bad actually. It's just bad all round. We get another Doom token. So let's put that there. So we are now on 2, and our gate is, ooh, the Dreamlands, which is a nice easy one, so that's not too bad. +1 gate, but we do get 2 monsters, so it's not a gate and a monster appear, it's a gate and 2 monsters appear, because we've got 6 players. Our first monster is another cultist. That's what we like, can you see that? Another cultist. Sorry, I'm sort of like leaning across here, it's difficult to tell. And our last monster is a fire vampire. So there we go. Right, won't be a moment, I'll just set these up. Okay, there we go, I'm back. Now obviously she gets sucked through this gate, so she goes to the Dreamlands, which are over here, out of shot. And these 2 monsters are left at the Unnameable. And obviously we've got to put Patrice on her side because she is now delayed. But those two monsters I don't think are too bad. I don't think fire vampires are quite as bad. We've seen the cultists before. These are physically immune, but we've got loads of spells and stuff. 1,000 tiny fires, the size of magical flames, swept from the night sky. The old man was suddenly radiant with light. So there's no horror check, which is good because we get -1 on horror checks, but that means we don't have to do one at all, and -2 to fight it. But yeah, they're not as nasty as they are in Eldritch. So we can put this guy back, and a gate has opened. So she gets another clue. She's got 7 clues. So in a way, the only bad thing is she's been delayed. Because she's been sucked through, she's been delayed. But it does mean that she's got enough clues to close and seal a gate. So that's brilliant. And if another gate opens in the Mythos phase, well, we're going to get another clue. And she'll be up to, what is it, 8. So we should have plenty of clues for her to shut that gate. Right, so that is that. So what do we do next? It's the Otherworld encounter phase. And here we are in the Otherworld encounter phase with Finn, and he's in Relia. So we need a red or a yellow card. First up is green, another green, a blue, come out a yellow, looks like it's other, so let's have a look. You recognise an odd object tucked inside a bird's nest. Make a sneak -2 check to remove the object without attracting the attention of any of the large birds nearby. If you pass, gain 1 common item. So that's not too bad. Nothing bad happens if we fail. What's his sneak? He sneaks 3, so -2 is going to get all of 1 die. Come on Finn, you can do it, mate. No you can't. We're not going to spend any clues or anything crazy. Nothing bad happened, and that will do for us. Righto, so that was Finn. Next up is Patrice. And here we are with Patrice in the Dreamlands. Now, although she's delayed, that does not stop you having encounters. So, because it's any colour, it's whatever's on the top, which is a green. It's not a Dreamlands, so it's an other again. Wedged beneath a fallen stone is a scroll. Draw 1 spell. That is one of the best Mythos cards I've ever had. Not Mythos cards, one of the best one of the best gate cards I've ever had. Right, so we get a spell. Very nice. So here we are. She's tumbled into the Dreamlands and she's found a spell straight away. So that cannot be bad. Let's do a cut, and she also gets Flesh Ward, which could be very useful. So we saw that already this turn. So she's got Flesh Ward. We'll put that onto her player area. That is it for the Otherworld encounter phase. It's the Laugh and Chuckle phase coming up. And here we are at the Laugh and Chuckle phase. I had a slight rearrangement sort of after the Upkeep phase. I've put these up here so they're just easier for everyone to see, so you can see Bockrug and everything. But enough of that, let's get on with the bad news. So let's see what's coming up. Oof, what's this? Strange tremors cease. So, oh, got a monster surge straight off. Oh, bloody hell. But, right, so we're going to get a monster surge. So, at least we don't get another gate, but we've got 2 anyway. Right, monster surge. Let's get on with it. Oh, and I'll have to check the deep one track. Won't be a second. Yep, each time a gate is prevented from opening, so let's get over here. So we have 1 of these on the deep one track. So we'll probably have to get somebody up to Innsmouth at some point. So that was a bit of a blow. Now we've got a monster surge. So we have got 6 players, so that is going to be 6 monsters in Arkham. Isn't that going to be a joy? So our first monster is... We're just going to be overrun with monsters. We've got to buy a key. But it'll give something like Michael McGlenn and Agnes to do. Our second one is another cultist. Our third one is... These aren't too bad up to now. Third one is Barnabas Marsh. Actually, should he be in here? I'll just check Barnabas, he might not be allowed. Oh, actually I've got the thing here. I thought I took him out, I must admit. Oh no, of course he's allowed in. We're playing with Innsmouth. Don't! Forget that. Being an idiot. Fourth, we have a Leng spider. I hate Leng spiders. Fifth, we have a vampire. They're pretty nasty as well. And our final one, let's get right to the bottom of the bag, is a maniac. Well, we could probably have pulled worse than that. So that's not too bad. I'm just going to put these on stands, won't be a second. Okay, there we go. So what I've done there is, the first one we pulled out was actually a buyer key, so that went to relay. Then we've got to swap them in between open gates. So I put the second one, which was a cultist, at the Dreamlands gate at the Unnameable. Then we went back with, what was after that, Barnabas Marsh. He went back up to Independence Square. Then we got the Leng spider, which came down to the Unnameable. And then, because we've got to even them out, the last 2 monsters therefore went up to Independence Square, and the last 2 were the maniac and the vampire. So we've got 4 monsters each at those 2 locations, and we are at our monster limit. So that is going to be a big laugh. We're going to have to kill a few of these guys. But at least a gate didn't open. We'd have had 3 open and that would have been tough. So Independence Square, so we've done the Deep One Rising track, we've done the Monster Surge, we've pulled out the 6 monsters. Now we have a clue appears at the Unnameable. Brilliant, except it doesn't, because we've got a gate there, so we don't even get the clue. And we've got hexagons and dash, triangle and stars. Let's see if any of this lot moves. So have we got any hexagons? No. Oh, no, that's a circle, a buy key. So none up there. Any hexagons up here? No. So that's a bit of a blow. Dashes, I didn't see any dashes. We haven't got any dashes. No. Oh, yes we have. We've got a Leng spider. So that will move into the Merchant District streets. Then we've got triangles. We've got no triangles. But we do have a star, which is the Fire Vampire. So that goes to the sky. Or does it immediately attack somebody in the streets? Let me just check that. I think it immediately attacks somebody in the streets, so it's going to end up at somewhere. Probably poor old Vincent by the look of it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yes, I think he ends up with Vincent. So Vincent is going to have to deal with him next movement phase, I think. Right, okay, so we've done that. It's a bit of a blow for Vincent, but he's got the dark cloak now. He may be able to give it the slip. Or somebody like Daryl can come out and like beat it up, something like that. Strange tremors cease. Headline. All Chthonians and Doles in Arkham are returned to the cup. Well, we haven't got any. If at least one monster returns to the cup, raise the terror level by 1. Nope. So, downer. Get rid of that. Let's just check. Oh, we've got to check whether it fits the rifts. No. Yes, it does, this one down here. So let's pull someone out of the bag. and we pull this one, which is looks like a shop front or something. Let's have a check on the board. They're really difficult to tell which way up they are. It's not the best. Oh, it's the Hall School. Yep. So we'll put that up there. Now we can get rid of that. So we've got another rift marker at the Hall School. And I think that is it. It's no extra clue for Patrice because the gate didn't open. We've had a horrendous monster surge. So we're in a pickle. But we have got a lot of monster killers about. So hopefully we will be able to get ourselves some trophies, because at least with having a lot of monsters, we've got a good chance for us to actually kill a lot of stuff. So if we can kill a lot of these monsters, get a load of trophies, we can start getting rid of these beings of Ib, and that'd help. And yeah, we've got tons of dynamite and stuff, so you know, if we could catch, I mean, it'd be great if Michael McGlenn could go up to Independence Square and chuck a load of dynamite, to be frank. Clear all those lot out, but unfortunately then he'd get sucked through the gate. But we might be able to do that anyway. Goes in there, gets sucked through the gate, and Finn can just wait for him. Finn can wait for him in Independence Square, wait till Michael McGlenn like tumbles out, and then we can shut the gate, and that'd get rid of like four of those monsters right away, because they're all clustered together, big style. But we'll see. Oh, I'll tell you what I forgot to do. Let's put one of our mini Cthulhus on there. And then we know to put it on the Ancient One sheet. So we're at 2 on the Doom track. Poor old Vincent's in a bit of a bind. We could have done without that. We want to get him up to Kingsport. He could have got up to Kingsport next turn. Well, hopefully he still can. Get up to Kingsport next turn. And then, you know, it's quite easy for him to get to the 7th house on the left. So that'll get rid of 1 token. And then it's not far to the Hall School. So he could get rid of those 2 in short order once he gets up there. He's just got to avoid this fire vampire, which fortunately isn't as bad as they've been in the past. Well, anyway, that is it for turn 1. I hope you enjoyed it. These are going to be very long. 1, because of Witter on, but 2, we do have 6 investigators, so they're probably going to be well over an hour each turn. And if we have the amount of fighting that we're going to have with the amount of monsters that we've now got, that'll make it even longer. But apologies for that, but long-time viewers of my channel know that's just what happens, man. You're going to get a long episode. But hopefully you have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I think it's going pretty well. It's not going that well, but I'm enjoying running 6 investigators with my friends. So Stocia, Doug, Lawrence, Mark and Dave, they're doing a great job too. And we look forward to carrying on this game. So thank you for watching. Thanks for all the views. Thanks for all the subscriptions. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for any comments that you make. Brilliant. And if you've spotted any errors, I normally make a couple, please shout out and I will try and fix them if I can. Please bear in mind I'm running 6 characters, 2 sideboards, and I'm trying to video it at the same time, so please bear that in mind before you give me too much of a hard time. Alright. But if you do spot any errors, please let me know and I will try and fix them. Thank you to everybody who's been to Board Game Links to upvote the site. Thank you very much. And thank you to everybody at BGG who's had a look at the videos or commented or liked them. Thank you very much indeed. That is it for turn 1. I do hope that you'll join me for turn 2. That will probably be Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll sort that out for. And I look forward to seeing you then. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.